24 years before, on this same day, on the Paurnami day, today is also Vaigasi Visaga, Vaigasi month, Visaga Nakshatra, Subramania's Enlightenment Day. As per the tradition, this is the day Subramania appeared. This is considered to be the birthday of Subramania. He appeared from the third eye of Mahadeva. He is embodiment of Jnana, enlightenment. It is his enlightenment day also. So today Mahadeva gave birth to Subramania. On this very day, in the evening, I went to the hill, Arunachala hill. At the feet of the Arunachala hill, and the foothills, there is a place called Pavayakkundu, Coral Hillock, on a rock. You can see exactly this is the same rock on which I was sitting. It's a very beautiful place, very powerful place where Devi became enlightened. The place is the place where Devi Parvati did tapas and became enlightened. So still there is a Ardhanarishwara temple there. The place has a strong connection with the spiritual energy. I should narrate the incidents happened before this experience. Only then you will understand the whole experience. Because in those days, I started practicing the self-enquiry. Who am I? In a little different way as initiated by Annamalai Swamigal, an enlightened being, enlightened master, who is a disciple of great incarnation, Ramana Maharshi. He is a disciple of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, Annamalai Swamigal. I had the fortune of sitting at his feet at very young age. Still I have his personal diary in which, his own handwriting, he recorded all his connection with Bhagavan and teachings of Bhagavan like a diary. Still I have that diary in my possession. In our archives it is there. It was gifted to me by one of his disciples, a great sadhu. Once I went to listen to him. A few foreigners were sitting around him and he was talking about some spiritual truths. I'll tell you roughly what I understood from his words. I can't say this is what he said. I can say this is what I heard. That we are not the body. There is no pain, suffering for us. I was really surprised to hear that, because I've seen in my family, if the kids are beaten, they cry. Even though I was never beaten, I have seen kids are being beaten. They cry, and so it was really beginning of search for me. Please listen. I went to the house. I know I have not understood whatever he said, but because I was in the pure space of listening, whatever he said was intensely working on me. It is like Ramakrishna tells a beautiful story. A mother pearl, oyster, am I right? Oyster has to receive the water, rain water, showers from the sky during Swati Nakshatra. When the Swati Nakshatra is on the peak, the rainwater drop which falls from the sky, the oyster has to catch that rainwater. Then she has to go into the ocean and process that water drop. That drop water becomes pearl. Same way, you have to be in the pure space of listening to receive the words from the Master and go and work on it. Then only you will see the pearl happening. The pearl of enlightenment, experience happening in you. I was in the pure space of listening. So those words entered into my being. But I was not capable of cognizing what is said. See, if I cognized what he said, that moment I would have become enlightened. But I was not capable of cognizing what he said. I only listened, but my listening was so pure. The word was intensely working on me. I was possessed by that word. Listen. I was possessed by that word so powerfully. Whatever I was doing physically, that word was sitting in me. When a completion and completion hits at each other, a completion is born. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. My inner space completion and the completion of Annamalai Swamigal, both were going through a process through the word he uttered, through the initiation he gave. It was like I was filled with that word. How can this be? I can say the internalizing was going on. When you are in completion, even if you don't cognize Master's words, those words will not leave you. They will take cognizance of you. Master's words will take cognizance of you. Listen. When I utter a word, it spreads all over the hall, but only the space of completions it even recognizes as human beings and enters into them. Others it just goes above the head. If you are not in the space of completion, the word just does not even recognize you. When you are in the space of completion, it recognizes your presence, your existence. So the word was working on me so powerfully. The word took cognizance of me. It was so strong on me. I started contemplating. One day it became too much. I wanted to find out the truth. So I wanted to experiment on myself, whether I have pain or not. I ran, picked up a shaving razor. Those days it will be like a long blade on which you will insert a blade and shave. I took my father's that razor and cut my thigh very deeply and long enough so later on they have to make a 13 stitches. That time I did not have any technique or methodology or idea to go beyond pain, or I have not experienced enlightenment. So, naturally when I cut my thigh, the blood started oozing out, gushing out, and I can say I was shaken. Still I am not able to exactly describe whether there was pain or not, but I was shaken. I can say it was more psychological. More than that, my mother crying and running around, my grandmother who always suspected I am mad, got confirmed. She said that Paityasami has done something, and the ruckus they created, I can say that I felt I am supposed to be in pain and distress. I was taken to the hospital. Hospital is just opposite house. Just straight, if you cross the road, hospital. This side, the house in which I was born and brought up, that side is the doctor. Still he is alive in Tiruvannamalai. So I was taken to the doctor. His name is Karunanidhi. Still he is there, and his sons also became doctor. And I was taken to the doctor, and he saw, and he asked me, what did I do? What I did? I have no answer. Then he did whatever need to be done, and then he did 13 stitches. Still the stitch marks are there. 13 stitches. Of course, after 2 or 3 days, I went again to Annamalai Swamigal and asked him, please understand, I did not take responsibility for my inauthentic understanding. I put the blame on him. I ran to him and said, see what you taught me. You said we don't have pain or suffering. I went and cut my thigh. I am having pain. But now I remember, I can't even record or remember having pain. The ruckus they created around me was suffocating. And I am forced to believe I am supposed to be having pain and pain. So I went and told him, see what you taught, and in a mode of blaming him, he laughed and said, don't worry my son, you did not understand what I said, but even without understanding, your attitude of experimenting is a great quality. Hold on to it, you will achieve the ultimate. Of course, even at the end of the conversation, I was not satisfied or happy. I told him, all this you could have taught me before I cut myself. I don't have to go through this suffering. He laughed and said, only when time comes things will be understood. Don't worry. He consoled me and gave me a lot of candies. And I learned this habit of giving candies to kids from him only. It's Annamalai Swamigal who contributed that habit to me. Because I'll always go to him just because of candy. I still remember I started going to him because of the candy he gives. Later on he gave ultimate candy, enlightenment itself. But the initial days I used to go just because of the candy he gives. So he gave me the candy. And he gave one last word. Find out who is having that feeling that you have pain or suffering. I can tell you, it was initiation. It was literally initiation. So it was such a strong truth inside me. Whenever I find time, I will sit and contemplate. Who is having pain in me? Who is that having pain? I'll try to analyze inside me. Please understand, I was doing self-enquiry without even my knowledge. This incident happened, I think, when I was 10 and a half. After 1 year, when I was 11 and a half, this enlightenment experience happened. On this same day, in Arunachala, at the foothills of Arunachala, I was trying to practice the same technique. Who am I? Who is having the pain experience? Who is the guy who is suffering? Who is having pain around the time of sunset and moonrise? Means after 4:30, before 6. That was the time between 4:30 to 6, maybe around 5:30. It was a sudden click. Please listen. It was not step-by-step experience. Suddenly something opened in me. It's almost like a clicking. You are trying to connect two pipes, struggling. Suddenly, when the other side of the pipe water comes out, both pipes are connected. Exactly like that. Suddenly I know something opened inside me. I was actually sitting with closed eyes. That opening means now I know who is the experiencer. Life, alive, being present in everything, experiencing. I could see literally all the sides, 360 degree this side and 360 degree this side. 360 degree this side and 360 degree this side. Not only I was able to see one side the temple, the hill, the other side main temple, every plant, stone, the sky above me. Still when I remember, I am not even remembering now, I am literally reliving. I was able to see the whole at a time simultaneously without turning my head or opening my eyes. Then I understood. Not only I was able to see, I felt, I experienced the whole thing is me. I was alive. How powerfully you are alive inside your skin. If somebody hits you, touches you, you know you are alive. How alive you are inside your skin. The same depth of life, alive, being alive. Life I felt with everything, the stone, plants, hill, temple, with everything, around 1.5 hours. My body did not even move. Maybe around 7:30 or 8, I slowly came down. Those days there was no light in that area, but I did not need any light. I could see everything. Of course, moon was there, because it's a full moon day, 2.5 days, full 2.5 days. I could not understand what is happening. It took full 2.5 days for me to understand I am in some other space. I could see everything as my presence because I was in completion. The words of the masters entered into me. Because of the integrity, the words were continuously working on me. That is integrity. Trying to cut my own tie and see is authenticity, means expanding, stretching yourself to the truth. But even then I have not taken the responsibility for the effect. When I decided to take the responsibility to find out the root source, then enlightenment experience happened. And I did not keep quiet. You need to know. I did not know. 2.5 days I did not know what was happening. Then slowly, when I settled, I went and told my godmother, Vibhudanandapuri. Her name was Kuppammal. I went and told her. I asked her whether am I possessed by ghost. She checked my energy and said, no, you are possessed by God. Then immediately I rushed. The joy was so much, I rushed and called my classmate, one friend. Took him to temple and said, hey, I went and sat and meditated in that rock, the hill. I got this experience. Now I can see anywhere. You also go and meditate in that rock, you will also have this experience. I thought in that rock only the experience happens. He said, what experience happened to you? I said, see, now I can see all the side without turning my head. If you want, you check. That fellow thought I am playing, making fun, or some prank, playing pranks. He took a coin. The kids always carry the coin in their trouser packet, you see. He took a coin and showed behind my head. He said, head or flower, which side? I exactly said. And again, 5-6 times he tested. I exactly said. And I also said, hey, not only I can see the, without turning the head, I can see the coin which you are showing. I can also see the tree behind and the ants climbing the tree. I can see everything. That's it. He got frightened. One of the great disciples, or enlightened disciples of Ramana Maharshi, I used to go and see him around the age of 10. He's a very nice, elderly person. He was sitting and talking to the group of seekers. He was telling that we are not body and we are beyond suffering and pain and all those things. Naturally, I was not able to understand. How can he say that we are beyond suffering? If my mother beats me, I have pain. If my teacher shouts at me, I have a suffering. How can he say that we are beyond pain and suffering? Anyhow, I just did not leave that. Went home and took a knife and just cut my thigh to see whether I really have pain or not. Of course, there was pain and I was taken to hospital. Doctor did all the first aid and everything. After a few days, again I went back to him, asked him, what is this? What have you taught? See, you said that we will not have pain and suffering. I went and cut myself and now I have pain. I have suffering. A very deep cut. 13 stitches in those days.
and 13 stitches is too much for a 10-year-old boy. And he was smiling at me and he said, my son, just try to find the source from where you are feeling the pain, point in which you are feeling the pain. Try to find the source. Do this meditation. Even after he taught the meditation, I was not completely convinced. I told him, it's okay, you have given me blessing or initiation or meditation. You could have done this before I cut my thigh. You could have done this earlier. Why did you make me cut my thigh and then talk all these things? He said that, don't bother my son. Don't bother about this pain. Your courage to experiment with the truth will liberate you. That is enough. We'll take care. Don't bother. So it was a big inspiration. I said, all right, let me at least now do the meditation. Anyhow, cutting is over. Let me at least do the meditation. I used to play with the technique. I'll just sit and see from where the pain is coming or where that I'm feeling that I. Whenever I find time, I'll just sit and play with this technique. Not even seriously, just very casually, trying to find the source of the self. Not even as a meditation, just as a casually. Don't know what will be the end of the meditation and all those things. What will be the result of what I am doing also. Just because he said, let us do, that's all. No idea exactly what will happen if I do this meditation. Anyhow, started playing with the technique very casually. And one day, of course, the same day, second Tamil month, Purnima, Vaikasi is the month, Purnima, full moon day, evening, same time, around 4:30 to 6:30, maybe you can say this is the Sandhya time, when the sun sets and moon rises. Of course, I was not aware that today, the day was Purnima and all those things. I was just sitting on a rock in the Arunachala hill, very casually sitting and trying to find the source from where that I is raising, that feeling of I is happening. That day I was sitting for quite a long time. Don't know why I was sitting on all those things. Just was sitting and trying to find the source in a deep way. Suddenly something happened, like I am being sucked inside, pulled inside. Just I was being sucked inside. I was sitting with closed eyes, but I saw very clearly something opened inside. The moment that opened inside, I was able to see whole 360 degree without opening my eyes. My eyes was closed, but I was able to see complete 360 degree. Whatever was happening in the front, side, back, side and up, down, all the direction. Not only I was able to see, I was able to feel clearly how much you all are alive inside your skin. How much you all are alive. We are all alive inside our skin. We can feel we are living inside our skin. Same way, same intensity, I was able to feel I am alive in everything I was able to see. Understand? I was able to see the whole thing, whatever was around me, the plants, rock, tree, everything. And I was able to feel that I am alive in everything. How I feel, how you all feel you are alive inside your body, same way I felt alive with the whole cosmos. With the whole existence.
When authenticity takes over you, it is called Satori. My sincere seeking that overpowered me, that's the right word I should use. I just felt, what is it I am seeking? Who is that me who is seeking? Who is that me that is deeply discontented about anything I see, hear? Who is that who is deeply discontented even about my own existence? Listen. Almost like, who am I who is so discontented about my own existence? Understand, all of you have discontentment about your own existence, but you never look into why, what, who is having that discontentment. You try to look in, if you get one Rasagulla, you forget that. You try to look in, if you get something else, you forget that. Very easily that question, why, what, who is so discontented, those questions are forgotten very easily. The person for whom the question has become the first and top priority, he is a seeker. It was such strong taking over. That's the right word I'll use. Taking over. Listen. Understand. When that whole being took over, who am I that is experiencing this deep discontentment, suffocation? I can see very clearly that heaviness just went into depths of the consciousness. Suddenly, one moment, the first thing happened is that idea inside and outside broke. Please understand, the inner space and outer space broke. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360-degree, 10 direction, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience. I'm actually now reliving that experience to describe any point I left out which I have not described. I felt that the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. The air, the breeze, the setting sun, rising moon, the whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, bush, shrubs, trees, everything, everything, everything. Just become so alive. The idea, something is inside and something is outside, is completely lost. First, I was able to see all the 10 direction 360 degree. The next moment itself, I realized not only I am able to see, I am able to experience all of that as me. I did not feel vulnerable. I felt powerful. I did not feel vulnerable. I felt powerful. So powerful. I just know I am that oneness is the existence. There is no inner. There is no outer. There is no moving. There is no unmoving. The smallest movements of these plants is my movement, and the highest stillness of the center of the cosmos is my stillness. Moves and moves not. What do you call as near? What do you call as far off? Those concepts are lost. What do you call as inner space? Inside you, outer space, outside you. The ideas are forgotten. Mamakara, the inner image, drank the life image, ate outer image, and dancing on others' image. Then I could see my body's capability to radiate energy and my brain's capability to understand the life as expanded. I could see very clearly I started carrying the magnetic field of completion in me. That extraordinary completion I felt with me and others. Extraordinary completion I was feeling with me and the world. I could see that the identity I carry about me and the identity I project me to the world and the idea I have about the world, everything has fallen into a sync, in the synchronicity. It all started expressing very synergetically. The the idea I have about me, the way I express me to the world, and the way I experience others and the world, all the three aligned itself in one line. There was no conflict, contradiction, or powerlessness with all these three. Look into the depth of who is having pain and who am I. With that, when I started looking into the depth, one fine evening of a full moon day, it was a very powerful experience, the full moon day evening. All the whole thing around me felt alive. Let me describe exactly what happened. I was sitting at the foothills of Arunachala, where I was born and brought up. It was a full moon day evening. Suddenly something opened in me, and I could see and feel how much I am alive inside my skin, the same frequency, the same depth I was feeling I am alive outside my skin, everything, in everything. On the rock I was sitting, the trees next to me, the temple near me, the hillock around me, the sky above me, and the moon, sun which was setting, moon which was rising. I felt I am alive in everything around me. Everything around me is alive just like my body. See how all of you feel you are alive inside your skin with the same depth and the same frequency. I felt I am alive completely with everything around me, and I could see everything around me. The 360 degree above and below, side, everything I could see without turning my head, without opening my eyes. With closed eyes, I could see everything, complete 360 degree around me, and I could experience I am alive with everything around me. So this experience made me realize we are one with the whole cosmos. Whether we want it or not, the truth is we are whole. We are one with the whole cosmos. The cosmos is one with us. This experience awakened a very powerful knowledge and vision, clarity in me. I was able to understand everything expressed, whether in the Vedic scriptures, Upanishads, or Bible, or the sacred spiritual scriptures. I was able to realize all the truths described in the sacred scriptures, and I was able to vibrate with those expressions of the sacred scriptures. I can say this experience opened the intense energy flow. It opened me to the metaphysical world and the powerful healing energy flow, and it gave me tremendous confidence, courage, love, life, and experience of enlightenment.